Hola clase, muy buenas tardes. Hoy es viernes y es el 11 de abril 2020. Voy a corregir la tarea número 15. Esta tarea se dice los verbos reflexivos, dos verbos, porque hay reglas diferentes cuando tienes dos verbos en una frase. And so we're going to go through this. I really strongly urge you to take a look at this video and correct this along with me. I will be releasing the answer key, but probably not for a couple of days because I really would like for you to utilize this video. I think that it is probably more efficient than just taking the answer key and not really hearing any of the explanations. So I am going to switch into presentational mode so that you may see my screen. I'm going to share that with you, and we're going to get through this together. So let's do this, shall we? Okay. Here we go. Más grande.
What's wrong with your internet?
Okay, so you are familiar with some of these verbs that we use. So if you take a look, you should know, must or should, and I'm just going to go through and I'm going to quickly highlight these so I can see them, just to remind myself that there are two verbs in the sentences. Should, need, have to. You know the verb to have, right? The verb to have is tener, but if you're expressing obligation to have to, it's tener que. So another have to. Okay. Shouldn't. A lot of you guys on your homework, I've been getting debiera, and that's kind of more of a polite form of should. So if you want to say I should, it should be debo. Cut off the ER and put an O at the end, just like we've always been doing. So the students are going to. So again, this is something I taught you before. The verb to go is ir. And ir plus a plus infinitive is to go to do something. In this case, the students are going to sit down. All right. She should never shower at night. I wonder why not. No say. Are you all going to? So you're going to realize this is very redundant. But it's because I want you to get good practice in it. I want you to commit these actions to memory because they use them a lot in Spanish.
Are you recording, Mom?
I am recording, Rudy. Okay, the verb to need, necesitar, have to.
I let you have my background. You had to be a jerk.
Sorry, my son is playing Fortnite in the background. I'm just trying to ignore it.
I was up here like.
Okay. And we're almost ready to roll. So there are two verbs in the sentence, and when there are two verbs, there are two options. Okay, so you might have picked option A or option B. We're going to go through and do option A first all the way down the page, and you'll know what I'm talking about if you did the lesson. And then we'll go back and we'll do option B in a different color. So they are going to. I'm just really particular about how I like you to see this. We have to get up. And the last one, I want. The verb to want is querer, one of our boot verbs. Ir ahí. All right, so she should wash her hands. I'm going to put this thing away. It's my Easter bunny. All right, so she should wash her hands. We have ella. Remember, ella is always optional. You don't have to put the subject pronouns in, but if you want to, there it is. All right, should wash her hands. Debe. Lavar is the verb to wash, so it's lavar. Say las manos. Because if we're going to do it all the way down the page the same way, you conjugate the first verb and you leave the second verb alone, but you still want to keep track of the say here. Luckily, the say matches up with ella, so you can keep it like that. Ella debe lavarse las manos. You need to wake up. Okay, Senora Ogden, you didn't specify whether it was familiar or informal or formal. So I'm just going to assume it's tú, informal. Okay, necesitas. And then to wake up, despertarse. So despertarse. We took care of that say. We made it a te so that it agreed with you. All right. I have to. Yo tengo que. Can't forget the que, because if it's just tengo, what does that mean? It just means I have. I have go to bed earlier, so I have to. Tengo que. A lot of you guys tried to say ir a cama. That's like a literal translation, but the actual verb to go to bed is acostarse. So it's going to be acostarme temprano, earlier. Or actually, más temprano, excuse me. Temprano means early. If you put a más before it, it's more early or earlier. Do my accents today. Porque es viernes. It was viernes. My brain's a bit in a fog. Okay, so we don't have to wear coats today. And I put get dressed in because you're probably like, where? I want the verb vestirse, really. Okay, so nosotros. We don't, so the magic word to make something negative is what, guys? It's uno, dos, tres. No. So no tenemos que vestir. And instead of vestir, say it's going to be vestir for us, nos. And los abrigos. Wait. Notice something here since we've been going through these. When you keep something in the infinitive, even if it's a boot verb, it doesn't do a boot change. It doesn't do a stem change when it's in the infinitive. If you learn the verb vestirse, then you keep vestirse. There's no need to make a stem change, okay? Because you don't have to touch that verb. Always conjugate the first verb. Leave the second verb alone. All right. He shouldn't worry. Él, again, optional, shouldn't. So that's a negative. So the magic word for no is no. No debe. Okay. And then to worry is preocuparse. Can we keep it as say or do we have to change it? We keep it the same because say goes for él, ella, usted. So we keep it. All right, the students are going to sit down. Los alumnos, I'll keep it alumnos. You could have estudiantes. Notice there's no parentheses around this because these are actually subjects, not subject pronouns. So we always keep them in the sentence. Los alumnos are going to van a sentarse pronto. Okay? Los alumnos van a sentarse pronto. And the way that indented bothers me, so I'm going to go like that.
Yeah.
Same here. It skipped down a line, so I'm just gonna, there we go. All right. I should never shower at night. Funny thing about the word never in Spanish, there's two ways to use it. We're always taught in our language not to use double negatives, but in Spanish, using double negatives is actually considered correct grammar. So for example, in English, you shouldn't say, I ain't doing nothing. That's a double negative. And if somebody says, I ain't doing nothing, we say, well, that's not correct grammar. That doesn't sound very educated. You should say, I'm not doing anything. But in Spanish, they do use double negatives, okay? So, I should never shower at night. Can either be yo, nunca, debo ducharme por la noche.
2 years ago.
Yo nunca debo ducharme por la noche.
Wait, I just went away.
Or yo make a double negative here. No debo ducharme nunca por la noche. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, I wouldn't worry too much about it. One or the other. Either way is acceptable. Yo no debo ducharme nunca por la noche. Some of you probably already caught me and are like, oh my God, that's so aggravating. I can tell Senora made an error. All right, are you going to take off your coats? And it's are you all, y'all. Should put y'all. Maybe I'll change that because I'm so used to writing it. And you're probably so used to seeing me write y'all. God, I can't do it. And no, I'm not from down south. I just like the word y'all. All right.
Yeah, let's just play this one.
So are y'all going to take off your coats? Y'all is ustedes. Because we're not really doing vosotros. I kind of just put that to the side. Okay? Only Spain uses it. It's good to know it exists, but we're going to stick with ustedes. So, it's a question. Are y'all going to take off your coats? Going to. Ir plus a plus infinitive. Y'all going to? Van. Ustedes. A. Quitarse. Los abrigos. ¿Van a quitarse los abrigos? ¿O van ustedes a quitarse los abrigos? Okay. Your dad is tú, but not with an accent. Because if you want to say your in Spanish, just take off the accent and you turns into your. Tu padre necesita, means mirarse en el espejo. Tu padre necesita mirarse en el espejo. A lot of you guys, I noticed on your homework, did this one in the you form, in the tu form, but it's not about you, it's about your dad. So it's tu padre, and he needs to look at himself in the mirror. So just be careful with those. Sometimes when you see those possessive pronouns, you mistake the who in the sentence, but the who is still your dad. Okay. Anyway, moving on. You have to brush your teeth every day. Wow. I did not put informal or formal in any of these. I'm so sorry. You have to.
Help that mountain almost.
Tienes que
Like storm surge.
cepillar, and it would be cepillarse, but you have to make it for two. Cepillarte
I knew they always had that long.
los dientes. Remember, we don't say tus dientes because we know they're your own teeth. You're doing it to yourself. You wouldn't be brushing yourself the dog's teeth. Okay? In case any of you brush your dog's teeth. I know you can do that. All right. Tú tienes que cepillarte los dientes todos los días. Because if you don't, they'll fall out of your head.
How's this floating? Mitchell, look.
Okay.
Look at the stairs.
My sister has to shave her legs.
What if I do this? And then I
Me.
do it again.
Hermana.
Oh, it's because it's partially.
Tiene que. The verb to shave one's leg is afeitar. So, afeitarse, reflexive, las piernas. Mi hermana tiene que afeitarse las piernas. Okay, they are going to fall.
Oh.
Ellos
Do you need heels like for like health?
van a caerse.
Same.
And this had punctuation.
We can't do like a heel out. I want to be helping.
Sorry,
Wait for
can
it
you
to
hear
like
me?
just completely like close us in, and then we can start fighting.
And
But when it starts to,
we have to get up.
Completely close in, just like go a little bit. Don't shoot out
nosotros
of it until it starts moving. Okay, it's still going.
tenemos que levantarnos. Please make the distinction between levantarse and despertarse. So levantarse is to literally get up, like get out of bed. And despertarse is to wake up, like your eyes like fly open and then you are not asleep anymore. So despertarse is it's a bit different. So, por ejemplo, me despierto alrededor de las 4, pero no me levanto hasta como los 4:05. I usually lay in bed for like 5 minutes and then I get up. All right, and then the last one. I want to take a bath. Yo quiero, remember that's a stem changer. Ir ahí, quiero. A lot of you guys tried to put tomar una ducha or tomar un baño. Okay? You want to say it reflexively, which is to bathe. Yo quiero bañarme. That's the whole lesson, guys, reflexive. Okay, there are alternative ways to say things. I've heard tomar una ducha or tomar un baño, and that's fine, but reflexively speaking, you want to know how to do it this way as well. Proper Spanish. Okay, so I'm going to quickly go through and highlight these so that, make them a different color so you can see them. They stand out. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I'm just kidding.
Welcome to the premiere.
And then this is like one way to do it. Do you guys know already the second way to do it? And I actually want you to weigh in and tell me if you prefer the A way, which is the way we just did it. Okay, the A way is by sticking the me, te, se, nos, or se on the end of the second verb. That's the A way to do it. Or the B way. And while I'm making these red, think about that. What is the B way? What is it? What do I mean by that, Senora? What do you mean? And basically, okay, my option. I thought my option to change the letters just went away, but it's right there. All right. And the B way is actually to take the me, te, se, nos, or say, and put it before, directly before the first verb. Okay? You can't have it both ways. Some of you guys on your homework, I kept writing in the comments like, which say do you want to keep? Which nos do you want to keep? You can't have it in both places. You want to pick one place or the other. It's an either or situation, guys. Okay, so now that we have that, we're all set. All right, and I'm going to space this out a bit to make it look a little neater. So we have ella debe lavarse las manos, or the B way. Ella, take that say, the say is right here,
Look at the banana cake going.
and put it directly before debe. Se debe lavar las manos. Okay, and I'm just going to speed right through them so that I don't have to do as much talking. Okay, and like I said, you pick the one that you feel most comfortable doing. If you want to flip-flop back and forth, that's fine, as long as you know the rules. Sometimes it sounds better to me the A way, and sometimes it sounds better to me the B way. So I switch back and forth, depending on what is said, and a native speaker will tell you that they understand completely what you're saying. Te necesitas despertar. Sometimes I can't do two things at once. So when I'm talking to you and typing, I just need to double check my work. Okay. So I'm going to finish this out. And like I said, I will be launching this answer key, but in a few days, because I really would encourage you to check this lesson out first. So, A way, yo tengo que acostarme más temprano. B way, yo me tengo que acostar más temprano. Which placement do you prefer? Yo no sé.
Doesn't make sense.
We can't hear you through the screen because this is pre-recorded. Huh. All right. Nosotros
You have visual sound. Your Mitchell.
no
Plug your mic and plug it back in.
nos tenemos que vestir en los abrigos hoy. Nosotros no nos tenemos que vestir en los abrigos hoy. So because of this no here, I would say that this just sounds more fluid. Nosotros no tenemos que vestirnos en los abrigos hoy. But like I said, it's a personal preference. Sometimes it sounds better one way than the other. Depends on the context of what you're trying to do here. Okay.
It happened to me yesterday
I'm
when I
going
was playing
to-
with you and Vanessa. But then I just plugged it in and plugged it back in.
I hate when that happens. I just have to put it all on the same page. It's going to drive me crazy. I don't know if that drives anyone else crazy. All right.
I don't know if we should cut drop all the time. This is
El no se debe preocupar. Notice that I'm not putting the say before the no. It has to be immediately, like directly, like the word, the part before the first verb. Nothing in between them.
These are gold.
Okay?
Sick.
Okay.
I'm low.
Los alumnos se van a sentar.
I got killed by another guy who's alternitis. He's a high level. He's a very high level.
Sentar. Why is that doing that? Se van a sentar. No sé. And I will tell you, since I've been doing these videos, one thing that I noted personally is that I hate my voice on camera. It sounds like a lot higher than it sounds in my head. So very self-conscious about that. But sorry if I sound weird. Oops, what am I doing? Why is it doing that? Okay, let's try this again. Oh, perfect.
I know my
Yo
really high level Midas kid. He was literally almost all gold.
nunca. Or
Almost all Midas. All gold.
sorry, guys. I keep those two together.
Oh, I already
Okay.
have the major for
How did
Midas.
we see? Okay.
Alright, let's check those. Let's go through this.
Nunca
140.
me debo duchar por la noche.
300 to get the golden period.
That doesn't sound right to me. I like it the other way. Oh, I have to make that rojo. So that you know. Okay? Because remember, this is a double negative one you can make. Yo
The also is
no me debo duchar.
180. Alright, let's run TNT notes. 200, I'm pretty
No.
sure. 120.
That doesn't sound right. Yo no me debo duchar por la noche nunca. That sounds better. Sometimes the nunca, there's flexibility of where you kind of stick that, but it just sounded wrong the other way. So I'm going to stick it where I want to. All right. ¿Van ustedes a quitarse los abrigos?
Arena.
Still a question.
Holy crap.
Necesita marca de cuestión. Van.
Oh, no. Okay, you're gonna have to make this harder.
Stop. Se van. Have to have it immediately before verb number one.
Broken. Arena does not work.
Se van ustedes a quitar los abrigos.
Ooh, Mitchell, let's stop in the duos.
Se van a quitar los abrigos. Again, both of them are
It's
correct.
not risky.
All right. The whole theme of this paper, there's two ways to do it. Two verbs,
Turn
two
on normal.
choices.
You're gonna have to promote me if we do this.
Tu padre se necesita mirar en el espejo. Time consuming, but I think it's worth it at the end of the day
For a while, so nobody, like,
for
kills us.
you to be able to see these answers done, not live, but on a recording, which is, like I said, the second best way to do this, because otherwise
Or how about we do like?
It's
as
just
a
looking
one?
at an answer key without someone telling you why they're doing what they're doing.
Just in case, because people might already blow it up on what.
Tienes que cepillar los dientes todos
Yeah, they're probably.
los días.
Most people don't.
¿Por qué? Because we said we don't want your teeth to fall out of your head.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Right. Y opción B.
Yeah.
Mi
Let's draw
hermana
down like as far
se
as
tiene que
just pull that button down.
afeitar
Let me mark it
las
up.
piernas.
Right there. Alright, I'm checking the time. 3 minutes.
Oops. Yeah, I know what I did. I didn't perfectly
Alright, just go directly down.
change the colors of all of these. So I do it now.
Yeah, we're over water, so we'll be able to get it right.
Okay. This
Yeah,
is an
same.
example of where I think option B, in my own opinion, just sounds nicer than option
Oh
A.
crap. Oh,
Ellos van a caerse. I would probably say
Oh crap.
ellos se van a caer.
Yeah, we probably
Es mi
should
opinión
sign
personal.
this.
All right. We have to get up. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. I don't. Nosotros tenemos que levantarnos.
I'm being peaceful with this guy.
Sorry for my son, guys. He's on Fortnite after he finishes his work online. This remote learning thing, it's so crazy. I can't even believe this is so surreal. Not in a million years would I ever have guessed that I'd be teaching this way. But you probably can't believe you're learning this way. So I guess we're even. Nosotros no
Me and this guy are peaceful.
tenemos que levantar.
I was just killed by a guy. He's being mean.
Y
Bro, this kid's being so nice to me right now. He's basically giving up his life to save me.
I'm almost done recording, Rudy. Last one. I want to take a bath. Yo quiero bañarme. Opción A.
Rachel, it's in 1 minute. It's in 1 minute.
It's perfect timing because I'm about to lose my mind. Yo me
Are you gonna watch it through my
quiero
screen?
bañar. There we go.
Yeah, that's actually pretty smart.
So, opción A en rojo, opción B en azul. Es una opinión personal de
Peaceful
gramática,
man.
pero los dos son correctos. No hay problemas. You can use them interchangeably.
Meaning,
Both of them are correct.
yeah.
So hopefully this
Sure.
clarifies some stuff for you guys. Hopefully this gives you a better method as to how to
Bro, it's 4. Why is it not
complete your
Premiere?
work if you haven't completed it yet. And I will be posting the answer key probably,
My bad, I didn't get it.
probablemente el lunes. I'll put it up on, yeah, domingo o lunes. All right. I gotta go.
Punks about it.
Tengo que irme. Nos
Well,
vemos. Que tengan un buen fin de semana.
Mom, look at
Chao, chao.
look at this.